Yeah, I actually am still alive. People have been bitching at me a lot, like, "Wop, why don't you make content anymore? Wop, you could make a video. You don't make those anymore. Wop, why don't you make content anymore?" And I'll be completely honest with you guys. I worked my ass off on YouTube. I like driving trucks, like working 14 hours a day. At the end of the day, I climb in the sleeper. I was making content. I was putting out like 3 videos a week, probably on average. And I did this for over a year. And when I finally reached monetization, like it was monetized, and 2 days later, they're like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself. Your materials, like, we don't like you. We don't like your dick jokes. So we're just not going to give you any money." And then for a while there, they still like would run ads on my content, and so they were making money off my content. They just didn't want to give me a cut of it because they didn't like my jokes, and I got kind of frustrated, and I just said, "Fuck YouTube." Plus, I really don't consider myself like an activist or anything anymore. I've been more activisting on trying to make my own life better instead of trying to, you know, educate people or entertain people. But people have been begging me to make content, so I thought I would. But before I even get started on this topic that I'm going to discuss today, I just want to say that if you have not been watching like Adam Carolla show, you are missing out on modern day philosophy like this.
They're scared.
There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives.
All right, stop it. Well, that's on them. It's 2025. Get the fuck over it. No one gives a fuck about you. Stop with the narcissistic fear. And by the way, what exactly are they talking about? Like you're a lesbian and you're 19, or you're a lesbian and you're 14. Like, I don't know. Really? 2025.
They think they're going to round them up in camps? I don't understand.
I don't know what Trump having. Okay. We just had Biden for 4 years talk about what he's going to do for black people, but he didn't do anything. But are they still scared, or are they something going to get done, or what's going to go on with the LGBT and the trans community, and then what's Trump doing? And just shut the fuck up and get the fuck on. This, by the way, it's all this talk is why we don't have fire prevention.
And that is the great philosophy of today. Shut the fuck up and get the fuck on. Now, if you've watched a lot of my older content, you may notice that I often tried to make appeals to the left, to try and make them understand my point of view, right? And the reason that I tried to do that, like try and convince them that Trump isn't going to round everyone up and put them in concentration camps, and that look, these policies are actually pretty good, and look at these Democrat policies that are actually really bad, and then it just gets to a point where I just don't give a shit what they think at this point. I'm a reformed leftist. I was occupying the Wall Street. I went through the shit. I fell for the bullshit when I was younger and dumber and really chasing fucking pussy because, like, well, there was lots of fucking hot girls that were into it, and I was a young guy and whatever. You can't blame me for that shit. But after becoming a reformed leftist, and I'm more of like an anarcho right-wing kind of person now. I'm not a I don't know. I don't fit in a club. There's no fucking club for me, right? But I spent all this time trying to appeal to these people, and now I just don't give a fuck what they say about anything. And that's what I want to talk about now is why should we give a fuck? Why? It's like they go through and they try and destroy everything that I like, right? They're like, cool cars are just banned in America. Like, you want to know why the auto industry is failing? It's because all the cars are fucking gay and they're way too expensive. When I was younger, cars were cooler. I mean, they had cheap 4-cylinder cars that looked like sports cars, and they were cheap. You could buy them at 18, 20 years old. You could buy like a 8-year-old car for like $2,000 when I first started driving. It's ridiculous. I started driving at the year 2000. There were so many. I bought a 92 Cadillac Coupe de Ville in mint condition in like 2002 for $1,000. But Obama fucking ruined it because cash for clunkers. He had to smash all the fucking cars. And then all the regulations come in. So they're like, oh, we got to have, all the safety stuff. I want to get to safety third. Safety first is horrible. We got to put 80,000 pounds of airbags and electronic wire in every damn car. You can't get a lightweight, cool, fast car no more. They try to ban V8s. They're trying to mandate that we all drive electric vehicles, and I actually kind of like electric vehicles, but they're not. They're not as fun. We can't. The left wants to kill fun. Anything that's fun, right? Oh, you got an AR-10, ban that shit. You got a cool car, fuck you, ban that shit. You got a wood stove, ban that shit. Your appliances in your kitchen, they gotta regulate all that. I can't use more than like 1 gallon to flush my turd down the toilet because of government regulations. So you want to know why the auto industry is failing? It's because it's regulated into failure. So, Trump rolled back an EV mandate, like a V8 mandate. He needs to roll a bunch of shit back. We need to get back to 2,000-pound shit boxes. Actual years I've been trying to find common ground with these creatures, and all they want to do is ruin everything fun and good in my life and ban everything and ban me. And now they're like, oh, please, think about these marginalized groups. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Who fucking cares? You want to shit on everything I like, and then when you lose your, you want to sit and bitch and whine, and like, I don't even care what they say anymore. I just tell them to go fuck themselves constantly anymore. Somebody called me a Nazi earlier, and I was just like, yeah, my heart goes out to you. And I just troll them all day online whenever I get a moment. And some guy's like, oh, if you drive a Tesla, you're peak Nazi. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I only drive old Japanese cars now because I'm not a Nazi. I'm just an ally. Because it doesn't really matter if I spent every day of my life saving puppies from burning buildings, they would still call me a Nazi. So who gives a fuck what they think about anything? Right now, they have no control. I hope the right just wrecking balls and gets all kinds of good stuff done and doesn't even listen to them. Don't even stop looking forward at what you need to do to listen to some contrary Mary ass Karen bitch and whine about Hitler or some shit.